Interior, Club Bonga. It was a formal event of some kind. The fashion of the future was a nod to the past. Some were dressed in Victorian-era finery, black suits with tails, layered dresses with white gloves, top hats and updos, and there was a group covered with only body paint, and some were wearing the ultra chic, omnifunctional, multicolored garment of the future, as comfortable on the runway as on a refugee. People were engaged in conversation, but there was also some coordinated amusements occurring throughout the event. Some people were able to watch a kind of game or movie through their monocles. Others had devices like smartphones and were looking at them through photo loops. A few had expandable cowlings attached to electronic tablets like old cameras. They were all watching different parts of the same story, a mystery maybe, and were strategically sharing bits of information to pull together the plot. They seemed perplexed and amused, shocked and compelled. The attendees circled around the event, peeking at their devices or ducking into darkened connecting rooms where electronic art flowed on curving white walls in cascading neon color, like a river deep into the interior, dark and twisty. Some gathered in little circles or pairs to whisper about their insights. Note the sacred spiral motif. The coasters had spirals, as did the carpet. The spiral was at the center of everything. Rooms got stranger the deeper you caravanned. Bon vivant poets of dubious character cluttered the inner sanctum, dedicated to the theater of the absurd, to inhale the ghost of Alfred Jarre like a caustic mist. There were whispers that some rooms connected to Paris, some to Vienna, some to San Francisco, some to Berlin. A dozen languages could be deciphered. There seemed to be endless rooms, endless wormholes, endless paths. One area was dominated by a curvilinear bar of burlwood. On the wall behind, there was a mural, which appeared as an abstract mass of color, out of which protruded a single, perfectly rendered woman's foot. Spray painted across this was "Fraunhofer lives," a reference to Balzac, the mural sponsored by Balzac Ale, ale with balls. Those who entered this room were predominantly Smarty's crowd, atemporal, out of time, where the past and present coexist, and invitation only. It was no small thing to be invited to a party by Smarty. No two nights were the same. No party was alike. This night could be any night, and this night would never be again. Raising a glass, Igor Stravinsky and Blinky Palermo toast Louise Brooks, there with German expressionist director G.W. Pabst. Picasso ducked out with the Ballet Russe mob as Nijinsky slipped in. Picasso was still the maestro, but a new crowd was in vogue. Abstract expressionists. Mr. Boots, painted by Franz Klein. Franz Klein, painted by Mr. Boots. Nijinsky as Petrushka, painted by Franz Klein, who, between 1936 and 1949, before the iconic black and white abstracts of the 50s, painted many such portraits of Nijinsky as seen in a 1911 photograph, which for Franz Klein became a shamanistic touchstone. Charlie Parker sailed into Smarty's party with Miles. Everyone dug Miles' sweater. Tiny pin lights lit up, lit jazz cool. Miles said, "Never play it straight, man," and disappeared with Charlie to watch a magician with dogs. Each time the magician gives the dog a different tennis ball, the dog changes breed. A boxer, a poodle, a pug. But the slinkiest dog in the room was a dachshund on hind legs nibbling a morsel dangled by Princess Shalmar. Nearby, Yvonne de Carlo, the signature red lips, the eyes, the lashes, the brows, And there was Ava. Ah, the smell of jungle gardenia. And there was Hedy Lamarr talking science. So brainy, so funny, saying, when you are clever by half, you are half clever. And half clever is not clever enough. Not in this world. Not in these times. What we fail to imagine will come to pass.